guy. All right, so if we remember correctly, if you've never been here with me before, welcome. This is a display cooler. It's loaded from both sides. And the evaporator drains into a reservoir here, which then runs up to a pump. And that pump was dead, and so it was just overflowing and leaking everywhere. And I don't like having to put this pump in because this pump is not inexpensive. But here we are. Here we are. And it gets wired in to here. I've got that capped off at the moment, but when the condensing unit energizes, it also energizes that pump. So let's give it a go. Okay, this book is not helpful at all. It's the same thing 8 times in 8 different languages, and all it tells you is there's a whole bunch of options. There is a wiring schematic, but it's more about how to set up the reservoir option and all that. So we've got our power wired in. I've got it off the main switch. And I'm guessing these are also part of the optional sensor system that we can put this, that, or the other so it shuts off. But I wonder with nothing on it what's going to happen. So the best way for me to find that out is to push the button. So let's set these up here so they're not going to touch anything and arc out. And since I'm rolling with one hand at the moment, right? Well, or in every moment. So when we turn that on, our condensing unit's not on yet because that's on a delay. But in theory, when our condensing unit comes on, this pump should run. It does not, okay? And I'm guessing it's because we've got to figure out something with closing the loop here. See that? Now we got it. Watch it. What does it do? Okay, so I don't have like a jumper, which is what you need. And what's crazy is the old pump actually did have a plug in this, which completed it. So there's a float, right? There's a float switch. And okay, we're not energized because we're not cooling. Actually, we are. So I want to rewire this. Hang on. This is literally running all the time. So I think I was supposed to wire it into the purple and I wired it into the black. Yep, there you go. So now this only runs when the condensing unit's running. And you can see it's pulling it hard. Let's close this up. Okay, so in the place now. Good. That'll actually open a couple things. One, it opens the life of the unit because it's using that as a condensate loop to pre-cool the discharge line. So now we'll have better heat transfer. I put zip ties on here because that's what they sent us to do it. So right, this is the float switch. Because there's water on that sensor, it's telling it to run when power's applied. So I have it hooked into the cooling circuit. So when cooling happens, boom, this rolls, and then because if they were to dump this out, it would not operate. So I could he'd go a whole nother route and try and see if we can't refill that reservoir down into here, and then the pump would literally only kick on when it needs it. Or I can take the sensor, just try to run a probe down into some sort of straw in that tub. Alright, and she pulled down the 36 and satisfied, and my pump stopped and all is well. So yeah, I think long game, I really would like to, one day when they're not open, I'm here in the middle of the day, pull these doors off, pull that, see if I can't run that water probe down in there, because if I can get that probe in there, then the pump will only run when it's absolutely needed and not every time the condensing unit is piped in. That's how I found the old one, was wired to the condensing unit. I actually want to go back and look, or you guys can and let me know in the comments. I feel like I unhooked that from the black wire. I really did, which would have been powered all the time instead of just during cooling. So, man, who knows? Out of here, baby.